I'm your host, Carolyn Solo, LCSW, EMDR therapist, and mom of 3 daughters. Thank you for joining me.
Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to episode 74 of the Future Template Parent Podcast. I just said that weirdly. I'm Carolyn Solo, PhD, LCSW, EMDR consultant, and mom of 3 daughters. Thank you for joining me. So, last week's episode on the election in the US was a bit of an impassioned rant. So, I thought I'd take a slightly chiller tone this week and talk about what I'm feeling thankful for as we round the bend towards Thanksgiving in the US and the holiday season. Um, you know, as much as we are all feeling really overwhelmed by a lot of the stuff that's happening in the world right now, I do also want to take a moment and, start reflecting on 2024 because I think that's really helpful as we, plan for the next year for our businesses. And certainly, the work I've done regarding intensives has certainly a big part of my I'm thankful for list this year. So, just with no further ado, 5 things I'm thankful for this year. Number one, certainly making the transition to Vermont with my family. This was a huge deal. There were a lot of things that had to get wrapped up to make this happen. I should also add, I'm so thankful that I graduated with my PhD in May, that I finished my dissertation. That is a huge milestone. It was 7 years plus. 7 years in the program, but like many years leading up to that. So I'm incredibly proud of that. And that I got to finish it before we moved here. We moved from these suburbs of Philadelphia to north central Vermont, to Stowe, Vermont, 7-hour drive, several states away. It's given us the opportunity to slow down a lot, to join a smaller community, which has been amazing. I actually feel more connected to the community here than I really did very much in the Philadelphia area. Like, I know more people at the school. I know more parents of my kids' friends. Like, it's just easier to connect with people when there aren't as many people. You see the same people over and over again, circles overlap. And it's not such a small community that, like, you feel stifled. There's about 5,000 people in the town. Anyway, it's been really lovely. Access to the outdoors has been huge. We have a massive trail network that is literally next to our driveway, that is 30 seconds from my front door. That's amazing. Just like living in the mountains is phenomenal. Right now, it's the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and I'm watching it snow out my window. And over the course of the next week, we're supposed to get over a foot of snow, kind of, you know, accumulating over several days, which is fun and a beautiful start to the holiday season to actually have snow. It's also giving me the opportunity to create a practice that actually fits me. I think a lot of us get ourselves into that place with our therapy practices where we've kind of built that kind of golden cage, or whatever you want to call it, golden handcuffs, where maybe we're making a lot of money or a good amount of money. Maybe we've got a lot of ideal clients, but there's still things about our practice that don't fit us. But now we're like, how do I get out of this, right? So moving to Vermont has allowed me to like take stock of what was working in my practice in Philly, what I want to change. And some of that is, I have a very, very limited number now of weekly clients, very small, and they're mostly clients who with DID, because that's something I specialize in, and there's not a lot of people who work with DID, and they're mostly clients that I have longer term relationships with. And because of the nature of their history and their diagnosis and like really severe, not just attachment trauma, but certainly attachment trauma, but also, physical and sexual abuse, starting over with someone new is really not clinically appropriate. So staying with them, and then everything else is intensive work, and that's it. And I finally have that's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do. And that's what works best for me in terms of my time and energy and the kind of work that I enjoy doing. And so I've got to kind of shed a lot of the client base that, didn't suit me at this stage of life in my practice. And, it was easy with moving. I could just be like, yeah, I'm moving. That's it, Um, not that I didn't love many of those clients, but obviously I couldn't keep them all. Just made a lot of the clients I didn't continue with, wanted to see someone in person, and obviously that was no longer possible. But it just gave me this opportunity to like press the reset button on my practice and really think about what I wanted. Another thing I'm super grateful for, and this comes out of the move, is having more time to be present for my kids. My oldest has had a really tough time with this move, as we knew she would. The writing was on the wall kind of during the school year last year. School was getting really hard. She ended up only being in school for about a month here in Vermont before we pulled her. And now she is basically what we call deschooling, which is taking a really big rest from school and kind of healing some of the school trauma before we start a more kind of a loosely, organized homeschooling process for her. But for now, what she really needs is to recover. And that means I need to be around. Like, I'm the safe nervous system that regulates her. My husband too, but mostly me. And so even if she doesn't need me to be, quote, doing anything with her, she can be playing Minecraft. She can be working on her YouTube channel. Yes, she has a YouTube channel that she's very dedicated to. It's cool, actually. A real creative outlet for her. She does it all on her own. I like to think it's because she sees me make all those Instagram reels. No, she's way better than I am now. Gen Alpha man, they're just like born with an iPhone in their hands. But yeah, like, I can be around if she needs me, if she just needs my presence to calm her and also to help, with, she's 8, she needs a lot of support still, and she needs a lot more support than your average 8-year-old. And, when I was working 50 hours a week, or, I would say between all the things I was doing, it probably was close to that. Yeah, that was not possible. But now I can really be here with her and help her as she's moving through this really difficult time. I can also be super present for the other kids, right? Like, I am the class parent for my kindergartners class, which isn't a huge amount of time, it turns out, but like, I can do it. Couldn't have done that last year. It's allowed me to meet other parents. I can take the kids to play dates and meet the parents and meet their friends. I can get them all to a lot of their doctor's appointments. Like, our nanny used to have to take them sometimes, and I really hated that, but that was just the reality of it. Now my husband or I can take them, and my oldest has a lot of appointments in particular, but this is true for the younger ones as well. I can like go to the, events that are happening at the school. And this is something that's generally true with intensives anyway, that you have this more time freedom. But it's something that, expanding my intensives practice, really focusing on intensives in 2024 and 2023. And as I will continue that focus now that I have started my practice somewhere else, intensives continue to allow me to have that space and that time freedom. Another thing I'm thankful for is getting through my first official launch of a program. The EMDR Intensive 12-week intensive is just wrapping up. Our last meeting is on this coming Monday, the Monday before Thanksgiving. And I learned so much from marketing that program, from developing it, from marketing it, from email marketing, social media marketing, getting all the web stuff ready, getting the sales page. So many moving pieces, but I got through it and I made it happen. And I got 6 therapists into a pretty high ticket program the first time I ran it. I'm really proud of that. And they're just an amazing group. So that's been so cool just to see what they've accomplished this fall in this group. And so that's just felt wonderful. And I've like learned how to manage like the ick of marketing. I thought I would never be able to like market in my stories, do email marketing, all that stuff without feeling, here's my kid. You can come in. Don't sit too close to the screen though, because you're not fully clothed. So that was huge. I'm very proud of that. And then the creating of the course itself. So the marketing was one thing that was a huge learning experience. And then I'm thankful I got through, and I'm excited now that I have a template for that for the next time I do it. But creating the course that is transforming the practices of EMDR therapists is something I'm super proud of. Like, there's a ton of work that goes into course creation. There's the conceptualization of the course, the mapping of the course, having the ideas, but then actually bringing those to fruition. Like, I made an entire video course. Is 0 an even number? Yes, 0 is an even number. Do you guys agree with me? She just asked me that. I don't know. Maybe? Because it ends with 0. Yes, we're learning about even and odd numbers in kindergarten. Not in kindergarten. Just at home. At home. At home we're learning about that. Okay. So yes, the actual course creation was intense, and my group was great about helping me say this work is working, this isn't working so well. I have great ideas about how to do it differently next time. And I'm really excited for the launch in January 2025, because I think this next group of therapists is going to get an even better experience thanks to my beta test group that I had this fall that really worked with me and was like generous with their time and their energy and their trust in me to like try this, even though it was the first time it was offered. This, I feel like the 2025 group is going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing thanks to everything that this first group has taught me. And even though it was the first time, even though that was the first run of the group, they still got incredible results, these group members. Like booking intensives, booking high fee intensives, doing incredible marketing, like getting off insurance, like so many things they accomplished in this 12 weeks. I'll be continuing to talk about that in future episodes. I'm going to interview a couple of them on the podcast, so you can hear more about exactly what they've been able to do over the course of the 12 weeks of the group. But yeah, I'm just super proud that I created this course, that I got this group of therapists through it, and they've gotten the results that they have. Just like getting more intensive therapists out there in the world doing great stuff. Like I talked about that last week. We need intensive therapists in this world that is hurting, right? An intensive offers such incredible like transformational possibilities for healing. The more of us doing that, the better, right? I also feel like all of this has helped me really believe in myself as a business owner, both the marketing and like making the group, and that I'm super thankful for. I don't think I had this germ of an idea at the end of 2023 that I was going to run this group, but it has transformed into something even better than I could have hoped for, and that's been really thrilling. And so I'm just so excited to see where the group and my one-on-one VIP days coaching, where that all goes in 2025. Something else finally that I'm grateful for is the podcast, right? I'm at episode 74. Like, how did that happen? I can't even believe it. Like, I am so proud of how it served my business. I'm so proud of how it's taught me that I can carve stuff out, time out for stuff that really matters. I have my kiddo who's all of a sudden decided to help me, but this is an example, right? Like, I'm here on a Saturday morning in my bedroom recording this episode with my kid sitting next to me. It's not optimal, but I'm doing it, right? I made the time because I have to make the time. This is such an essential pillar of my business. And I just feel like that, not only has learning about podcasting taught me that it's an essential marketing pillar for me, but also it's been an incredible way to build community, right? Like, I've connected with a ton of therapists through the podcast, through messages I've gotten, people listening, and then sort of connecting the work on the podcast with my Instagram future template parent account and building community there too. Like, I've met so many awesome people, exchanged ideas with so many awesome people, had opportunities that I didn't anticipate come out of the podcast, and I'm just so excited to see what the second half of year 2 of the podcast will bring, getting to 100 episodes. And I'm so grateful and thankful to all of you who listen, who give me feedback, who share the podcast with others, who have been like cheering me on this whole way, because it gets hard. And I've got a great team. My VA, Maria, is amazing, and she's also my social media manager. And then Ranit, who edits my podcast and writes the show notes, super grateful to her. My business coach, Kelly McKenna, is incredible. And I have an awesome team of like graphic design and web design people. Brent, Gary, and E-Flat, like, they do incredible work for me. So I'm so thankful for all of them. And I'm thankful that like I have this team of people whom I really trust, who can accomplish great things and help me meet my goals. And you made an M out of a straw. That's great. So I hope the podcast has, there it is, helpful for you. I hope it's transforming your practice. I hope it's inspiring to you. I hope it's helping you believe that you too can have that EMDR intensive practice of your dreams. And you can make 2025 a year that you can be super thankful for, right? So yeah, those are some things I'm thankful for just off the top of my head. I'm trying to cultivate gratitude, even in this time when things can feel hopeless and scary. I'm not trying to toxic positivity cultivate gratitude, but I think it's important for us to balance like the little bits of hope that we can cling to here and there. That's so important to keep us from burning out and just doom scrolling and giving up, right? So yeah, I think it is useful to think about what we're thankful for. And do you have a practice you're thankful for right now? Does it provide you the time freedom, the financial freedom? Does it provide the great clinical outcomes that keep you energized? Do you want 2025 to be the year that you have that intensive practice you can be really thankful for? If you want that practice, get on the wait list. The wait list is open now. I'll put the link in the show notes. To get on the wait list. The wait list is where you'll get the biggest discounts on the program, and you'll get some really cool bonuses if you join off the wait list. The wait list sign up is going to be coming up in a couple of weeks. It'll be like a short sort of flash sale only for people that are already on the wait list. So you need to be on the wait list to get notified of those wait list price reductions and bonuses. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me on Instagram and I will get you on the wait list. Also, just a reminder, this group will cap at 8 therapists. Because the hours in the group can count towards certification or towards becoming a consultant, EMDR requirements say that group consultation cannot be bigger than 8. Okay, so I'm capping this at 8 so you guys can get a great high quality experience and count these hours towards certification or towards becoming a consultant. So I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, a peaceful start to the holiday season, and I would love to help you make 2025 the best year for your practice that it can be. Take care, everyone. Talk to you next week.